In the state of Florida, more than 600 kids have been adopted out of foster care since the beginning of July. If you've always thought about it, had too many unanswered questions, we've got some help this morning. Attorney Brian Kelly is here. He specializes in private adoptions. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And also with us this morning are, let me get your names right, Rob and Susan Feltner, along with Matthew, who's almost 5 months old. Can you smile for me, big boy? There you go. Good morning to all of you this morning. Susan, let's begin with you. You always wanted a child in your life. I assume Rob did as well. Oh, look at that smile. That's on cue, right? Tell me about when you made the decision that you were going to do private adoption and the process. Was it difficult?
No, it wasn't difficult at all. We've been married for 17 years, haven't been able to have children on our own. And it wasn't until this past March that we decided that we were going to adopt, to start the process, start the home study, start the profile. And by July, we had our baby.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was 4 months from the time we made the decision.
Brian, this goes against everything that many of us think about adoption. You think it's a very terribly long process. You think in the end that there may be heartbreak where the birth mother decides that she wants to keep the child, and that does happen occasionally, right?
It does happen once in a while, but we have seen with the economy more and more birth mothers placing their children for adoption. Here on the First Coast, we really have a need for more adoptive parents.
Do you have any sort of idea how many children are available for adoption?
It varies from year to year, but this year my firm will do almost 100 infant adoptions, which is up 40–50% from last year.
Let's take a look at what's involved with a private adoption like the Feltners went through. First of all, there's a home study and a criminal background. There's also the birth mothers. They get to select the family, in essence. Rob, you got to meet the birth mother. She wanted to meet you.
Yes.
Was that an intensive process?
It was exciting. We had a good time with it, and we just clicked, I think, the first time we met.
That's wonderful. There is also birth mothers get pictures and updates. This is pretty much the wave of the future now for adoptions, that they're semi-open. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and that's the message that we want to get across to birth mothers. It's not like the picture that they may have where someone swoops in and takes the baby. You never know where the baby goes. They get to meet and select their family. The family's there with them. There's phone contact while they're pregnant, phone contact after the baby goes home, pictures and updates for 18 years. So.
For 18 years?
Absolutely.
Is that something that you can negotiate? Because, I don't know, that may be a burden on you, Susan and Rob.
Not at all. We love our birth mother. We really do. We love her. We love her family. Our families got to know each other during this whole process. In fact, we hope that, we stay part of each other's lives.
How wonderful. What a wonderful experience. Let's talk about now foster care adoptions because, well, first of all, before we get to that, private adoptions, what's the cost of them?
The range of private adoptions varies dramatically, basically dependent upon the living expenses of the birth mother because they're entitled to be reimbursed for their living expenses. But a private adoption can run anywhere from $7,500 up into the $40,000 range.
Okay, and now foster adoptions, that's not really your area of expertise, but we do have some bullet points there because there are some incredible subsidies that could happen. Not in all cases, but there is a possibility that your medical expenses will be covered if you're adopting from the foster care. Possibility your child may get free college tuition, very low cost or even no cost. Is that right, Brian?
That's absolutely right. And just as there's a need for families for private adoption, there's a desperate need in the state system for people that are willing to become foster parents and then foster to adopt.
All right, if it's in your heart, reach out to somebody, maybe Brian, maybe the state, to get a child from foster care. And what do you think when you look into his big, beautiful eyes?
He was meant to be ours, always.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob and Susan. And Matthew,
Thank
thank you
you
very much. Brian, thank you so much for being here as well.